That is until 2017. That's when Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin made a publicized trip to Fort Knox along with Senator Mitch McConnell and a few other officials, and this was the first time that a sitting treasury had visited Fort Knox since 1948. After the visit, Mnuchin said, "Glad the gold is there. Unfortunately, one visit by government insiders is still not an actual audit, and that brings us to today. One of the biggest reasons why people are talking about gold again is because of the trade war and reports that banks are flying over 8,000 gold bars, about 2% of the total, out of London and into the US, and some people think that this absolutely confirms that the US is out of gold, but the real reason is actually something else. It's a banking strategy called arbitrage, and here is how it works. Right now, JP Morgan and HSBC are literally flying gold bars across the ocean from London to New York, and they're doing that because they're trying to fix their short positions and make some extra cash while they're doing it. That's because right now gold is more expensive in New York than it is in London by about $20 per ounce. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you are dealing with billions of dollars of gold, it adds up really fast. JP Morgan and HSBC are what's called gold market makers, meaning they help move gold around the world and they provide liquidity to buyers and sellers, and part of their business plan is gold leasing, where they lend out physical gold to other banks, investors and institutions. In return, they earn an interest on these loans. But here's the catch: when they lease the gold out, they hedge their risk by selling gold futures in New York. In simple terms, they're betting on the gold price to stay stable so they don't take on unnecessary risk. But something went wrong. There was geopolitical tension and uncertainty, especially around Trump's new tariffs, so gold price in New York went up more than they did in London. That means the bank's short positions or their gold futures bets are now losing money, so to stop bleeding cash, they're physically moving gold from London to New York so they can settle their futures contracts and close their short positions without taking on huge losses. This is called arbitrage. By shipping physical gold to New York, they can sell it at a higher price, then they can use that money to cover their short positions and maybe pocket some of the difference. JP Morgan alone is reportedly moving over $4 billion worth of gold across the Atlantic this month. That's what they're really doing. It's not necessarily some giant cover-up for Fort Knox, but even that explanation by itself is just not good enough. Even Elon thinks we should audit Fort Knox. He's openly